I'm Katie McAfee, and this is the Scaredy Cat Database. This org came to be last year when I was working with my mentor, Justin Dux, because he wanted a place where he and his spouse could go to look up their shows that they wanted to watch and see if it had any of their phobias so that they knew they could skip over it or avoid the whole show and watch something different. So this is the inside of the org, and these are the Scaredy Cat stats. So we have a list view on the side of the 3 latest entries. Then we have the total number, which is just really nice to just quickly glance at on our dashboard over here. We've got our entries categorized by disgust level, phobia, and genre, and then we have TV shows versus movies. Then you come over here to the Scaredy Cat count, and this is keeping track currently of how many entries have been made with that particular show. Once it hits 9, which is like 9 cat lives, it becomes member verified. And as you can see, Hannibal was quite easy to fill quickly, and American Horror Story, and this season in particular is The Cult, that is being entered right now. But it is catching up pretty fast there. Here we have your typical inside of the org list view. We have all sorts of goodie type information for you about each entry. And you can, of course, go in and rearrange it however you best feel for that. But not everybody has access to that naturally. So I wanted this to be a place where people could come and look things up and perhaps even continue to add to it. So here comes the experience site page, and this is the actual Scaredy Cat database right in here. There are 3 places to visit on this site right now. There's the phobia show lookup, there's add a title, and becoming a Scaredy Cat member. So you come over here, and here's the list view again. Now, this list view is something I am super proud of. It was a lot of figuring out, but after all, everything is figure-outable. And this was created using navigation menus, but also a lot of permissions were loosened because while you normally don't want that, you normally want permissions, as tight as humanly possible. This is public information. You could Google any of this. However, I wanted it to be one place you could just go and look, or, switch it around you could categorize it by phobia in here and just find what you need in a much quicker way. So this page was born. And then this page, of course, is super important as well because this helps us add to the database. So if you are just, hey, I just want to add something to here. So you give us the title of the show, whether it's a movie or a TV show. And then for TV show, you can also enter the season number and the episode number. Discuss level, we got 1 to 10 on there. Then horror genre, of course, for this one in particular. If you have more than one, that's fine, but just pick one for now. And then the timestamp is a very, very important part of this whole process. Oh, and then phobia. Nope, this one is clown. One of my personal phobias. But then the only thing I asked at the end was just that if you could please be gentle in describing what's happening, because after all, it's the people who have the phobias that are using it. And then just a tiny bit of information in case we have a question later on. Only the people using the inside of the org can see that. And then you enter it, and you can see our latest guy was just entered. Last but not least, we have where you can become a Scaredy Cat right here. That is to help make this be more scalable for future use. Thank you for touring with me.